All right, everyone, get ready, because today we're going deep into the Internet of Things.
Yeah, it's everywhere, isn't it?
It really is.
And to help us navigate it, we've got this incredible article
Okay,
by Curt Robbins,
I've heard of him.
senior technical writer
Yeah.
who has worked with like FedEx,
Wow.
Microsoft,
Yep.
USAA, and Wells Fargo.
Lead names.
This guy knows his stuff.
Yeah, he does, for sure.
The article is titled Internet of Things, Navigating the Future.
Talk about a perfect fit for our deep dive.
Yeah.
So Robbins paints this picture of IoT, not just as these cool gadgets, but like a whole interconnected ecosystem.
Exactly.
All right.
He dives right into the advantages.
Okay.
And it's easy to just get kind of swept away with all the potential
It is.
you know,
Yeah.
automation,
Right.
data collection, and ease of use, scalability.
It's all there.
It's all there.
But I gotta admit,
Yeah.
sometimes the word automation kind of sounds a little scary.
Yeah.
Like robots taking over. But I think Robbins really breaks it down in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
He talks about how IoT can actually take like those mundane,
Yeah.
everyday tasks off our plates.
Absolutely. Like he gives this example of smart thermostats.
Okay.
And it's not just adjusting the temperature, up and down,
Right.
but actually like learning your preferences
That's
and
okay.
fine-tuning things automatically.
Oh, because it's learning.
Yeah.
That's way beyond just setting a timer.
It is. It's
That's
like
getting to know you.
right. And it's not just about comfort either.
Right.
Robbins highlights how this kind of automation can actually lead to some serious energy savings.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it.
Huge.
A whole city of buildings optimizing their energy use
Right?
based on this real-time data.
That's right.
That's amazing.
It's like the buildings themselves become more intelligent.
Yeah.
And then you've got the whole world of wearables,
Okay, tell me.
which Robbins argues are going way beyond just simple fitness tracking. Okay, spill the tea. What's he saying about wearables? I'm fascinated by this stuff. Okay.
Okay, I don't know.
So get this.
Okay.
Robbins talks about how some wearables can now actually predict potential health issues
Really?
before they even become serious.
That's wild.
It's like having an early warning system right there on your wrist.
Wow.
You know?
That is next level.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, what are the implications for healthcare?
Right.
Are we talking about preventing chronic diseases
Potentially.
before they even develop?
That's what Robbins is saying.
Wow.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
That is mind-blowing.
And these advantages aren't just limited to our personal lives.
Okay.
He also talks about how factories are using IoT to streamline operations.
Factories. I mean, that sounds kind of industrial.
It is. But
How does IoT fit in there?
well, think about it.
Okay.
Machines break down, right?
They do.
And unplanned downtime
Yeah,
can cost a company a fortune.
for sure.
So Robbins explains how factories are using sensors.
To monitor equipment in real time,
real time.
predicting maintenance needs before anything actually goes wrong.
So it's about preventing those costly surprises.
Exactly.
It's like taking your car in for a checkup
Mm-hmm.
before the engine blows up on the highway.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
I try.
So Robbins is making the case that this level of predictive maintenance is not only cost-effective,
Right.
but also increases safety and efficiency across entire industries.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
But every rose has its thorns,
Of
right?
course.
I mean, I could already imagine some potential downsides to all of this interconnectedness.
Absolutely.
Like, where could this go wrong?
Yeah, and Robbins doesn't shy away from the challenges.
Okay. Good.
He addresses the big ones head-on. Data privacy, system reliability,
Those are big ones.
interoperability,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, security vulnerabilities.
Yeah, data privacy is a huge one for me.
I hear you.
It's great to have a house that knows my every whim,
Right.
but do I really want companies knowing when I'm sleeping,
Yeah.
what I'm eating,
Uh-huh.
how much time I spend watching, cat videos?
Right.
That's my business.
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Robbins points out this delicate balance
Yeah.
between convenience and privacy in the age of IoT.
For sure.
We're essentially inviting these devices into our most personal spaces.
We are.
And the question becomes, how much are we willing to share for the sake of that smart lifestyle?
Right.
Right,
Exactly. And then there's that whole issue of reliability.
right.
What happens if the system crashes?
Yeah,
Is my entire house going to go haywire?
right.
Because the smart fridge can't connect to the internet.
Yeah, that's where system reliability comes into play.
Okay.
And it's something that Robbins really emphasizes.
Yeah.
Do you remember that massive internet outage a few years back?
Oh, yeah. When the DNS provider was hit with that DDoS attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, everything went down.
Websites, streaming services,
Yeah.
even some online games.
It was chaos.
It was chaos.
And that outage really highlights the vulnerability of these interconnected systems.
For sure.
If one link in the chain breaks,
Yeah,
the whole thing can be compromised.
totally.
Now imagine that happening on a much larger scale
Oh,
with critical infrastructure
yeah.
relying on IoT.
Okay, that's officially unsettling.
Yeah.
It makes you think twice about how much we're entrusting to these systems, especially when it comes to things like healthcare and transportation. Yeah, big stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. And when you layer on security vulnerabilities, the picture gets even more complex.
Yeah.
Each connected device becomes a potential entry point
Okay.
for cyber attacks.
Right.
And with so many devices in our homes and cities,
Yeah.
stakes are incredibly high.
So it's not just about someone hacking into my smart speaker and blasting embarrassing music.
No.
We're talking about potential risks to entire systems.
Yeah.
And infrastructure.
Exactly. Think about self-driving cars, for example.
Oh, yeah?
If those systems are compromised,
Right.
the consequences could be devastating.
Oh, wow.
That's why Robbins stresses the importance of robust security measures and protocols.
So it really feels like we're walking this tightrope
Yeah.
between this incredible potential and some very real risks.
For sure.
So where does Robbins see all of this heading?
Well, he's actually quite optimistic about the future.
Okay.
He believes that advancements in other areas of technology, like 5G and beyond,
Right.
will unlock even more powerful and sophisticated IoT applications.
Okay. I've heard a lot about 5G.
Yeah?
But how does it actually impact IoT?
Well,
Is it just about faster internet speeds?
it's more than just speed.
Okay.
5G and future network generations will offer significantly lower latency, meaning near instantaneous data transfer.
Oh, wow.
That's crucial for applications that require real-time responsiveness,
Okay.
like autonomous vehicles or remote surgery.
So we're talking about a world where cars can communicate with each other
Yes.
to avoid accidents.
Yeah.
And doctors can perform procedures from miles away.
That's right.
It's like something out of a science fiction movie.
It is becoming more and more like that every day.
Wow.
And it's not just about networks.
Okay.
Robbins also dives into the growing integration
Okay.
of AI and machine learning into IoT devices.
So AI in my fridge,
Potentially.
is it going to, judge my late-night snack choices?
Maybe not judge,
Okay.
but it might anticipate your needs.
Interesting.
Imagine your fridge automatically ordering groceries
Okay.
based on what's running low,
That'd be pretty cool.
or adjusting its temperature
Yeah.
based on the types of food you typically store.
Okay, now that's pretty cool.
It's pretty amazing.
It's like having a personal assistant
Mm,
who's also like a master chef and grocery shopper.
that's right.
Sign me up.
And the possibilities extend far beyond the kitchen.
Okay, like what?
Think about personalized healthcare recommendations
Okay.
based on real-time data from your wearables,
Interesting.
or smart homes that adjust lighting and temperature
Uh-huh.
based on your mood and preferences.
It's all starting to sound very futuristic.
It is, yeah.
Are there any downsides to this AI integration?
One potential concern
Yeah.
is the reliance on these complex algorithms,
Okay.
which can sometimes be opaque or difficult to understand.
Right.
There's also the question of bias in AI,
Oh, yeah, of course.
which could lead to unintended consequences if not carefully addressed.
That's a really good point.
Yeah,
It's important to remember that AI systems are trained on data.
right.
And if that data is biased,
Mm-hmm.
the system's decisions can be biased as well.
Absolutely. And that's why Robbins emphasizes the importance of
Right.
responsible development
Well,
and ethical considerations when integrating AI into IoT.
so it's not just about the technology itself,
Right.
it's about how we use it and the potential impact on society.
Exactly. And then there's this concept of edge computing.
Edge computing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, that sounds a little intimidating.
That's kind of a buzzword.
Yeah. Can
But
you break it down for me?
imagine it like this.
Okay.
Instead of sending all your data to a central server in the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
you have these mini brains within your devices
Okay.
that can process information locally.
Oh.
This means faster responses,
Sure.
reduced latency,
Uh-huh.
and less reliance on a constant internet connection.
So it's like giving my devices a little bit of independence. They can think for themselves.
To a certain extent, yeah.
At least to a certain extent.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And that's crucial for applications where real-time decision-making is critical.
Like what?
like autonomous vehicles or industrial automation.
Makes sense.
It also enhances privacy and security. As sensitive data doesn't have to be transmitted over long distances.
So edge computing is kind of a game changer for IoT.
Yeah, it really is.
It addresses some of those concerns we were talking about earlier, like reliability and security.
It's a key piece of the puzzle for sure.
Okay.
But as with any rapidly evolving technology, there are also challenges to consider.
Like what? What could possibly go wrong?
Well, one challenge is ensuring interoperability between different edge computing systems.
Right. You don't want a world where your smart fridge can't talk to your smart thermostat.
Exactly.
Because they're using different platforms.
That would be a mess.
That would defeat the whole purpose.
It would.
Of having a connected home.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's the issue of managing and securing these distributed edge networks. It's a much more complex landscape than simply relying on centralized cloud security.
So it sounds like we're talking about a whole new set of skills and expertise that would be needed to navigate this world of interconnected devices in edge computing.
That's exactly what Robbins emphasizes. He argues that the workforce of the future will need to be adaptable, tech-savvy, and able to think critically about the implications of these technologies.
So it's not just about coding and engineering.
It's bigger than that.
It's about understanding the bigger picture and the ethical considerations as well.
Precisely. And this is where Robbins really shines. He doesn't just talk about the technical aspects. He also delves into the human element of IoT.
I like that.
He acknowledges the need for clear communication, user-friendly interfaces, and a focus on creating technologies that truly enhance our lives.
It's refreshing to hear someone talking about the human side of things. Instead of just getting caught up in the hype of the latest gadgets.
For sure. Robbins also makes an interesting point about the role of regulation and standards in shaping the future of IoT. He argues that it's essential to have a framework in place to ensure responsible development and protect consumers.
That makes sense. It's a bit like the Wild West out there right now.
It really is.
With all these new technologies emerging so rapidly, we need some guidelines to make sure things don't get out of hand.
We need some rules of the road.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Robbins highlights the importance of transparency, accountability, and consumer empowerment when it comes to data privacy and security.
So it's not just about companies collecting data.
No.
It's about giving individuals control over how that data is used and shared.
Precisely. And Robbins believes that as IoT matures, we'll see a shift towards more user-centric models that prioritize privacy and security.
So it's not just about connecting devices. It's about connecting people.
That's right.
In a responsible and ethical way.
That's the key takeaway. And it's not just about the technology itself. But about the values and principles that guide its development and implementation.
It's a powerful message.
It is.
And one that I think resonates with a lot of people who are both excited and apprehensive about the future of IoT.
Absolutely. And Robbins doesn't shy away from the fact that there are still many challenges to overcome. But he remains optimistic about the potential for IoT to improve our lives and create a more sustainable future.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to consider.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, we've gone from smart fridges to self-driving cars to the ethical implications of AI.
We have covered a lot of ground.
We have.
And it feels like we're on the cusp of something truly transformative.
I think we are.
Yeah.
And that's both exciting and a bit daunting.
It is.
You know? But Robbins leaves us with a call to action. And I think it's a powerful one.
All right, what is it?
He asks, what steps can you take
to
stay ahead of the curve as this technology continues to evolve?
I love that he puts the power back in our hands. Yes.
You know, we're not just these passive observers.
Right.
We have a role to play in shaping this future.
Absolutely. He encourages us to be informed, to engage in conversations about these technologies, and to think critically about their potential impact.
So ask questions.
Yes.
Challenge assumptions.
Yes.
Demand transparency.
All of that.
From the companies developing these systems.
Exactly.
It's a big responsibility.
Exactly.
But I like that he brings that to light.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm also intrigued by his idea that the skills needed to thrive in this IoT-driven world are constantly evolving.
For sure.
It's not just about technical expertise anymore.
Yeah.
It's about adaptability, problem solving, a willingness to learn and grow.
So we got to be lifelong learners.
We do.
We have to recognize that this isn't a destination. It's a journey.
It is.
The landscape is going to keep changing.
That's right.
And we need to be prepared to adapt and evolve along with it.
That's right.
So it's not just about what we know today.
No.
It's about our capacity to learn.
Yes.
And adapt to whatever comes next.
That's it.
It's about being curious, asking questions, and never stopping exploring.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's about recognizing that we're all part of this interconnected ecosystem.
Yeah.
And we have a responsibility to shape it in a way that benefits both humanity and the planet.
I think that's a perfect note to end on.
It is.
So it's time to wrap up our deep dive into this fascinating world of the Internet of Things.
It has been a journey.
It has been a journey.
Exploring the advantages,
the
challenges, and the truly mind-blowing possibilities that lie ahead.
I, for one, am excited to see what the future holds.
Me too.
Huge thanks to Curt Robbins for his insightful article.
Absolutely.
Which really guided us through this complex and ever-evolving landscape.
He did a great job.
He really did. And thank you to you, dear listener.
Yes, thank you.
For joining us on this exploration.
We hope you enjoyed it.
We hope you gained some valuable insights and maybe even a few aha moments along the way.
Some food for thought.
Don't forget to check out Robbins' other articles.
He's got a ton of them.
He really does. He's a wealth of knowledge on all things tech.
He really is.
And most importantly, keep those brains buzzing, those questions flowing, and that curiosity alive.
Absolutely.
Till next time, stay connected.